Chosen one, you pass the final test. God's reaction will stun you. Do not scroll past this moment, because something sacred is unfolding over your life right now. And missing it could mean overlooking a breakthrough that was prepared for you long before this day arrived. I am speaking directly to you because you have already crossed the hardest line. And this is the moment where everything begins to shift in ways you did not expect. You pass the final test, not by strength alone, but by faith that refused to break when everything around you felt uncertain. This is not just a statement, it is a turning point where your endurance has reached heaven, and my response is already moving toward you. Stay here and receive every word, because what is happening now will shape what comes next in your life. Before we go any deeper, if something in you already recognizes this moment as real, let that knowing move through you. Press the like on this video, not for a number, but because there is something that opens when you act on what you feel before doubt has a chance to speak. And faith in motion is exactly what this season is asking of you. You passed the final test when you chose to stand firm, even when your heart was tired and your spirit felt stretched thin. You did not see it clearly at the time, but every quiet decision you made to keep going, to keep trusting, and to keep believing was being seen and recorded. I was watching the way you handled pain, the way you held on during silence, and the way you refused to give up even when answers were delayed. This was never about perfection. It was always about your willingness to remain faithful when it would have been easier to walk away. Because of that, my reaction is not small. It is powerful, and it is already beginning to unfold around you. Every moment you held on when letting go would have been easier, I saw it. Every night you stayed faithful without proof, I saw that too. Type Amen if you know, deep within you, that you were never truly alone in those moments. You need to understand what this reaction truly means, because it is not just about reward. It is about restoration, elevation, and a new level of protection over your life. What you went through was not random. It was a refining process that shaped you into someone who can now carry greater blessings without being overwhelmed. The struggles you faced were part of a deeper preparation, one that strengthened your spirit and aligned your path with something far greater than what you imagined. Now that you have passed through that fire, you are stepping into a season where things will begin to come together in ways that feel almost unbelievable. This is the moment where your patience begins to speak louder than your pain ever did. There were nights when you felt alone, moments when you questioned if anyone truly saw what you were going through, and times when it seemed like nothing was changing. Yet even in those moments, you did not fully let go, and that is what set you apart. Many people reach that point and choose to turn back, but you continued forward even when the road felt unclear. There is something in you right now, a quietness that was not there when you first arrived here. A settling, something releasing that has been held too tightly for too long. That is not coincidence. That is the signal that you are in exactly the right place at exactly the right moment. What you release through the link in the description or the pinned comment is not a donation to a channel. It is something else entirely. It is a word that travels into the silence of someone who is standing exactly where you stood in the nights you survived without knowing how, in the moments you held on without understanding why. They are there now, and what you plant here is the thing that finds them when nothing else can. As you give, bring something with you. The door you have been knocking on longest, the one that has not opened yet, the prayer you have carried so quietly that you have almost stopped saying it out loud. Place that inside what you release today, not as a transaction, but as a declaration that the same God who saw you in your hardest season is moving on that door too. You do not have to explain this. You do not have to understand every part of how it works. Just plant and trust that what carried you through the moments you could not carry yourself is still carrying what you place in its hands. If you just planted that seed, or if something in you is open and ready for what this season is bringing, type, I receive it. Not as a wish, as a declaration that you are no longer holding the door closed. That quiet strength is what carried you through the final test. And it is the reason why what is coming next will feel different from anything you have experienced before. I am not responding to a single action. I am responding to your entire journey. My reaction to your faithfulness is not delayed. It is already in motion, even if you cannot fully see it yet. Doors that seemed closed are beginning to loosen. Situations that felt stuck are quietly shifting, and people who once overlooked you will begin to notice something different about you. This is not coincidence, it is alignment. And it is happening because you remained steady when everything tried to shake you. The movement has already begun, not where you can see it yet, but in the places that matter most. If you feel that quiet stirring, that knowing that something is about to break open in your favor, type 444. Let that be your agreement with what is already in motion. You may feel like nothing has changed yet, but beneath the surface, everything is being rearranged for your good. Trust that what is coming is not rushed. It is being placed exactly where it needs to be. You are entering a season where clarity will replace confusion, and peace will settle where there was once worry. The weight you carried for so long is beginning to lift, not because your struggles were meaningless, but because they have completed their purpose. You are not the same person who started this journey, and that change is exactly why you are ready for what is ahead. I have seen your growth, your resilience, and your quiet determination. And now, it is time for that to be reflected in your life in visible ways. This is the beginning of something that will make sense of everything you have been through. There is a shift happening in your favor that cannot be stopped, because it is rooted in what you have already overcome. Your past trials are not holding you back. They are pushing you forward into a space where you will stand stronger than before. What once felt like setbacks were actually steps leading you to this exact moment. And now you are standing at the edge of a new beginning. Do not let doubt creep in now, because this is where your faith must rise even higher. You are not being left behind. You are being positioned ahead of where you thought you would be. I am surrounding you with protection that you cannot always see, but will always feel. The things that once threatened your peace will lose their power, and the fear that tried to control you will begin to fade. You are covered in a way that goes beyond what your eyes can understand, and that covering will guide you through what comes next. You do not need to fight every battle, because some of them are already being handled for you. Rest in that truth, and allow yourself to move forward without carrying what no longer belongs to you. This is not because your surroundings have suddenly become perfect, but because you have been transformed from within. The final test shaped your response, your patience, and your trust. And now you are moving with a steadiness that cannot be shaken easily. This is the beginning of living with a deeper awareness that you are not walking alone at any moment. There is a calm strength rising inside you that will guide your steps even when you do not have all the answers. You will find yourself making decisions with more clarity, speaking with more confidence, and walking with a sense of purpose that feels natural rather than forced. This is the evidence of what you have passed through, and it is a sign that you are now aligned with something greater than your fears. You are no longer reacting out of confusion. You are responding from a place of quiet understanding. That shift is part of my reaction to your faithfulness, and it will continue to grow stronger with time. You may still remember the weight of what you endured, and at times it might try to echo back into your thoughts. But you are not meant to carry that weight forward into this new season. What you went through has already done its work, and now it is time to release the burden and step fully into what has been prepared for you. Holding on to past pain will only slow the movement that is already happening in your favor. Let it go gently, knowing that nothing you faced was wasted, and nothing you learned will be lost. There is also a quiet restoration taking place in areas of your life that felt broken or incomplete. You will begin to see relationships heal, Opportunities return in unexpected ways, and doors open where there was once silence. This is not coincidence. It is the unfolding of what was set in motion the moment you chose to remain faithful during your hardest moments. Even the things that seemed permanently damaged are being touched by a renewal that you did not expect. Stay open to this process, because it will not always come in the way you imagine. But it will always bring something good into your life. Your environment will start to reflect the change that has taken place within you. The people you connect with, the places you go, and the opportunities that come your way will begin to align with the new version of you that has emerged. This alignment is not something you need to chase. It is something that will naturally find you as you continue to walk in faith. You are no longer meant to fit into spaces that drain you or limit your growth. Instead, you will find yourself drawn toward what nourishes your spirit and supports your purpose. Someone in your life is still carrying what you carried to get here. You do not need to explain this to them or find the perfect words. Share this with them today. What found you in this moment, let it find them too. There will be moments when you look back and realize how far you have come. And in those moments, a quiet gratitude will fill your heart. You will see that the things which once felt like obstacles were actually guiding you to where you needed to be. This realization will not come all at once, but it will unfold gradually, bringing peace with every step. You will understand that nothing was random and everything had a place in shaping your journey. That understanding will strengthen your trust even more. You are also being given a renewed sense of direction that will help you move forward without hesitation. The confusion that once surrounded your decisions will begin to fade, replaced by a steady clarity that feels both reassuring and empowering. This does not mean that every step will be perfectly clear, but it does mean that you will no longer feel lost. You will move with a sense of knowing that comes from deep within, and that knowing will guide you in ways that cannot be easily explained. Trust that inner direction because it is being shaped by something far greater than your doubts. That clarity rising in you right now, the steady sense of knowing without needing to force the answer that is not random. Type 333 if you feel that direction forming inside you. In this moment, there is a quiet confidence growing in you that does not need validation from others. You will no longer feel the need to prove your worth or seek approval in places that never truly understood you. Instead, you will stand firm in who you are becoming, and that confidence will naturally draw respect and recognition from those around you. This is part of the transformation that comes from passing the final test. You are not the same person who once questioned your path. You are someone who now walks with purpose and assurance. You are not who you were when this began. Something has shifted in how you carry yourself, in how you hear your own voice, in how you stand in spaces that once made you feel uncertain. Type, I am becoming not as a wish for what you hope to be, but as a recognition of what is already true about you right now. Your faith has unlocked a level of favor that will begin to show itself in practical ways. Opportunities will come at the right time, help will appear when you need it, and solutions will present themselves when situations seem uncertain. This is not luck. It is the result of your persistence and trust. You stayed when it was difficult, and now you will receive what was prepared for you. Allow yourself to accept these blessings without hesitation, knowing that they are part of the response to your journey. As you move forward, you will also find that your strength is not just for you, but for others as well. Your story, your growth, and your resilience will become a source of encouragement to those who are still in their own struggles. You will carry a presence that brings comfort and hope, even without saying much. This is a quiet purpose that will unfold naturally, and it will remind you that what you went through has meaning beyond your own experience. You are becoming a light in ways you may not fully see yet. Everything you walked through was preparing you for something larger than the pain that tried to stop you. If you believe that your story is not finished, that the most significant chapters are still ahead, type 777. You feel it, do not you? Something shifting in the way you are holding yourself in this moment. A quiet settling, like something that has been misaligned for a long time, is finally finding its place. That is not your imagination. That is the weight of who you are becoming making itself known. What you do next is not charity. It is not an obligation. What you are being invited into through the link in the description or the pinned comment is the first visible act of the person you have spent everything becoming. There are people right now whose breakthrough is waiting for someone who has already been through the fire to plant something on their behalf. You will never meet them. You will never know what moment you reached them in, or what it meant to find that word when nothing else could get through. But the seed you released today travels into exactly that moment, not because you directed it there, but because the same thing that guided you through your darkest season knows precisely where it needs to go. You may think this is too small, an act to carry that kind of weight. That is the old voice, the one that told you to turn back before. It was wrong then. It is wrong now. This is not giving. This is walking in what you were shaped to carry, and it begins with a single step through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Let what was poured into you become what is poured through you. That is not a small thing. That is legacy. Trust the pace, trust the process, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be. The final test is behind you, but the impact of passing it will continue to reveal itself in layers. Stay present in each moment and allow yourself to receive what is being given to you. You are moving into a time where peace will feel more constant and joy will return in ways that feel genuine. The heaviness that once followed you is being replaced with a lightness that allows you to breathe more freely. This does not mean that challenges will never appear again, but it does mean that you are now equipped to face them with a different mindset. You will not be shaken as easily because you have already proven your strength. That strength will carry you through whatever comes next. Remember that you are not alone in this journey, even when it feels quiet. There is a presence guiding you, protecting you, and leading you forward with care. You have already seen glimpses of this, and you will continue to see more as you move ahead. Trust in that presence and allow it to bring you comfort when you need it most. You are supported in ways that go beyond what you can see. It may feel unusual at first, because you have grown used to carrying so much for so long. But this is part of my reaction to what you have overcome, a clearing that allows you to finally breathe without pressure closing in from every side. Do not mistake this calm for nothing happening, because in this stillness, the most important changes are taking root. There is a rebuilding happening within you that is stronger than anything that was taken or broken before. You are not being restored to your old state. You are being rebuilt into something far more stable and grounded. The cracks that once made you feel weak are being filled with strength that will not easily break again. This is why what comes next will feel different, because you are carrying a new foundation that can hold greater blessings without collapsing under pressure. Trust that this process is intentional and necessary for what is ahead. As you move forward, you will begin to notice that your reactions to situations are changing without you forcing them. Where you once felt overwhelmed, you will now feel composed, and where you once felt anxious, you will now feel steady. This is not something you learned overnight. It is something that was formed through every moment you endured. The final test refined your responses, and now you are walking with a sense of control that comes from deep within. This quiet transformation will shape how you experience everything going forward. What is unfolding in your life right now does not end here. Subscribe so that what continues to be released finds you at the right moment. Every word from this point forward is written for exactly where you are in your journey. There are also new opportunities beginning to form around you, even if they are not fully visible yet. Seeds have already been planted, and they are growing beneath the surface in ways you cannot see right now. At the right time, they will rise into your life and bring with them the change you have been waiting for. You do not need to chase them or force their arrival, because they are already aligned with your path. Stay patient and continue to move forward with faith, knowing that what is meant for you cannot be taken away. You may feel moments of doubt trying to return, especially when things do not immediately change in front of you. That is part of the old pattern trying to hold on, but it no longer has power over you unless you give it attention. Remind yourself of what you have already overcome and the strength you now carry. You are not in the same place you once were, and you are not the same person who struggled to hold on. Each step you take now is supported by everything you have learned. There is also a deeper sense of purpose beginning to awaken inside you, one that goes beyond your personal struggles. You will start to feel drawn toward things that align with your growth and your values in a more meaningful way. This is not random. It is a sign that you are stepping into a role that carries more influence than you realize. The way you live, the way you speak, and the way you respond to life will begin to impact others around you. You are becoming a source of quiet strength, and that will not go unnoticed. Your journey has prepared you to handle responsibility with wisdom rather than fear. Where you once hesitated, you will now move with intention. And where you once doubted yourself, you will now trust your direction. This is the result of passing through the hardest moments without losing your faith. You have been shaped into someone who can carry more without being overwhelmed. That capacity will open doors that were previously out of reach. There will be moments when you feel a sudden clarity about things that once confused you. Answers will come in ways that feel natural without forcing or overthinking. This clarity is part of the alignment that is happening within you, guiding you toward decisions that support your growth. You will not need to search endlessly for direction, because it will begin to reveal itself step by step. Trust those moments of understanding because they are leading you forward. At the same time, you will begin to release attachments that no longer serve you. This may include habits, environments, or even relationships that do not align with who you are becoming. Letting go will not always feel easy, but it will feel right deep within your spirit. This is not loss. It is clearing space for something better to enter your life. What you release now will make room for what is meant to stay. You are also being strengthened in your ability to remain calm in situations that once caused stress. This calmness is not weakness, it is control, and it comes from knowing that you are no longer alone in what you face. You are supported in ways that go beyond what your eyes can see, and that support will carry you through moments that once felt overwhelming. This is part of the protection that surrounds you now. You do not need to fear what is ahead because you are already prepared for it. There is a growing confidence in you that does not need to be loud or visible to others. It is a quiet assurance that you are on the right path, and that what is coming will meet you at the right time. This confidence will help you move forward without hesitation, even when you do not have every detail figured out. You will trust the process because you have already seen what happens when you remain faithful. That trust will guide your steps more than anything else. As you continue on this path, you will begin to notice small signs that confirm you are moving in the right direction. These signs may come through unexpected opportunities, meaningful conversations, or moments of clarity that feel too precise to ignore. Pay attention to these moments because they are reminders that you are being guided. They will help strengthen your faith and keep you moving forward with confidence. Nothing is happening by chance. You are stepping into a time where your efforts will begin to show results in ways that feel both rewarding and reassuring. The things you have been working toward will start to take shape, and you will see progress where there was once delay. This will not happen all at once, but it will come steadily, building momentum as you continue forward. Stay consistent and keep your focus on what matters most. Your persistence is now turning into visible outcomes. The strength you gain from the final test will continue to support you as you face new challenges. These challenges will not feel the same as before because you are now equipped with a different mindset. You will approach them with calmness, clarity, and confidence rather than fear. This is the true reward of what you have passed through. You are no longer reacting, you are responding with strength. The thoughts that once pulled you into doubt are losing their grip, and the emotions that once overwhelmed you are settling into something calmer. This is not because life has suddenly become easier, but because you have become stronger and more grounded within yourself. What you carry now is not the same weight. It is a deeper awareness that you are guided and protected at every step. There is a new rhythm forming in your life, one that does not rush or force outcomes, but allows things to unfold in a natural and steady way. You are learning to move with patience instead of pressure, and that shift is creating space for better decisions and clearer paths. This rhythm is part of the alignment that has come from passing the final test. You are no longer chasing what is not meant for you, and you are no longer resisting what is meant to stay. Everything is beginning to fall into place with a quiet sense of order that you can feel even if you cannot fully explain it. As you continue forward, you will see that your energy is no longer being drained by the same things that once exhausted you. Situations that once demanded all your attention will now feel lighter, and you will find yourself stepping back from what does not serve your growth. This is not distance for the sake of isolation. It is clarity that allows you to choose what deserves your time and focus. You are becoming more intentional with your actions, and that intention is guiding you toward better outcomes. This is how your life begins to reflect the change that has taken place within you. There is also a quiet restoration happening in your confidence, one that does not rely on external validation or approval. You are starting to trust your own judgment in a way that feels natural and steady. This trust is not built on pride, but on the understanding that you have already been through enough to know your strength. You have seen what you can endure, and that awareness is giving you a new level of certainty. This certainty will guide you through moments where you once felt unsure. You will begin to notice that opportunities are presenting themselves in ways that feel more aligned with who you are now. These opportunities will not come with confusion or pressure, but with a sense of clarity and ease. You will recognize them, not because they are loud, but because they feel right deep within you. This is part of the shift that is happening as a result of your faithfulness. You are being led toward what matches your growth, and that alignment will continue to strengthen as you move forward. There will be moments when you reflect on everything you have been through, and instead of feeling pain, you will feel a quiet sense of understanding. You will see how each challenge shaped you, how each delay taught you patience, and how each struggle strengthened your faith. This reflection will not weigh you down. It will remind you of how far you have come. This appreciation will bring a deeper sense of peace into your life. At the same time, you are being prepared to handle greater responsibility with wisdom and calmness. The strength you have gained is not only for your own growth, but also for the impact you will have on others. This is not something you need to force. It will happen naturally as a result of who you have become. Your journey has given you something valuable that others will be able to feel. There is also a growing sense of purpose within you that will begin to guide your choices more clearly. You will feel drawn toward paths that align with your values and your growth, and you will feel less connected to what no longer fits. This sense of direction will not always come with detailed explanations, but it will feel steady and true. Trust that feeling because it is leading you toward something meaningful. You are not wandering anymore. You are moving with intention. You may also notice that your patience has deepened in ways you did not expect. You are no longer rushing outcomes or trying to control every detail. And that patience is allowing things to develop in a more natural way. This does not mean you are passive. It means you are trusting the process while continuing to move forward. This balance is part of the strength you have gained, and it will help you navigate what comes next with confidence. You are learning to act without forcing and to wait without fear. There is a quiet protection surrounding you that is guiding you away from what is not meant for you. You may not always see it clearly, but you will feel it in the way certain paths close and others open. This protection is not limiting you. It is directing you towards something better. Trust that even the closed doors are part of the plan that is unfolding in your life. Nothing is being taken from you without a reason. As you continue on this path, you will find that your peace becomes more consistent and less dependent on external circumstances. You will carry a sense of calm that remains even when things around you are uncertain. This is one of the greatest signs that you have passed the final test. You are no longer easily shaken because your strength now comes from within. This inner peace will become your foundation moving forward. You are stepping into a time where your actions will begin to create results that feel aligned and meaningful. The effort you put in will no longer feel wasted, and the progress you make will feel steady and real. This is not a sudden change, but a gradual unfolding that builds with each step you take. Stay consistent and keep moving forward with faith. Your journey is now beginning to show its rewards. There is a deeper sense of stability forming within you that will influence every part of your life. This stability will help you make decisions that align with your long-term growth rather than short-term comfort. It will also allow you to stand firm when faced with uncertainty, knowing that you have already overcome far greater challenges. This is the strength that was built through your final test, and it will continue to support you moving forward. As you continue on this path, you will begin to notice that your presence carries a different energy. People will sense your calmness, your confidence, and your quiet strength without you needing to explain it. This is not about seeking attention. It is about the natural impact of the transformation that has taken place within you. You have become someone who brings peace into situations that once felt overwhelming. This is a gift that will not only serve you, but also those around you. There will also be a shift in how you approach challenges that come your way. Instead of reacting with fear or hesitation, you will respond with clarity and patience. You will take a moment to understand what is in front of you rather than rushing to conclusions. This approach will lead to better outcomes and will prevent unnecessary stress. It is a sign that you are no longer controlled by the same pressures that once affected you. You are also stepping into a time where your efforts will begin to align more closely with your purpose. The things you choose to invest your time and energy in will start to produce results that feel meaningful and fulfilling. This alignment will bring a sense of satisfaction that goes beyond temporary success. You will feel that what you are doing truly matters and contributes to your growth. This is part of the reward for remaining faithful during your hardest moments. There is something Jesus said that most people hear, but very few allow themselves to fully trust. He said, "Give, and it shall be given to you good measure. Pressed down, shaken together, running over." That was not spoken for a different era. It is alive right now, in this moment, over everything you have been standing in faith for. The breakthrough that is forming beneath the surface, the one you can feel even though you cannot fully see it, yet it has a seed attached to it. Not because heaven keeps score, not because what is coming has to be purchased, but because releasing what is in your hand is how you declare to everything that has tried to hold you back that you trust what is coming more than you fear what you are letting go of. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, bring one thing with you when you plant. Not a list. Just the one thing. The situation you have carried the longest. The door that should have opened by now. The area of your life that still feels unfinished. Place that alongside what you release today and watch what heaven moves on both. You are not buying a result. You are making a declaration. And the God who has already been moving on your behalf in ways you could not see is moving on that door too. If you feel it, the shift, the lifting, the quiet certainty that something has genuinely changed type. My season has shifted. Not because everything around you is perfect, but because you are no longer carrying what you used to carry, and you are no longer who you were when this began. There is a quiet unfolding happening in your life that will bring opportunities you once thought were out of reach. These opportunities will not always arrive in the way you expect, but they will come at the right time and in the right form. You will recognize them because they will feel aligned with who you have become. Trust your ability to discern what is right for you, because that ability has been strengthened through everything you have experienced. You are now ready to step into spaces that once felt distant. At the same time, you will find yourself letting go of the need to control every outcome. This release will bring a sense of freedom that allows you to move forward with less pressure. You will still take action and make decisions, but you will do so with trust rather than fear. This shift will create space for things to unfold naturally and for better results to come into your life. You are learning to balance effort with faith. There will be moments when you feel a deep sense of gratitude for everything you have been through. This gratitude will not come from forgetting the pain, but from understanding its purpose. You will see how each experience contributed to your growth and prepared you for where you are now. This perspective will bring peace and will help you appreciate your journey in a new way. You are also being guided toward connections that will support your growth and align with your values. These connections will feel natural and genuine, and they will bring encouragement into your life. You will no longer feel the need to hold on to relationships that do not support your well-being. This shift will create space for healthier and more meaningful interactions. You are being surrounded by what you need for this next phase. As you move forward, you will begin to trust your instincts more deeply, and you will act on that sense with confidence. This trust in yourself is part of the transformation that has taken place within you. It will guide you through decisions and help you avoid unnecessary complications. You are no longer second-guessing every step you take.